Hi everyone, my name is Gardener Sarah and I'm the new City Sprouts garden educator here at the Henderson Upper School. So since none of us know each other and it's the first time we're meeting, I'd much rather be doing it in person. But since we are remote, what I'm going to do is take a few videos of the garden to see what's been growing since you all have been gone and get some up close looks at some plants, flowers, fruits, and veggies. So let's take a look. One of the best ways to learn in the garden is to use your five senses. Can you name all your five senses? If you said see, smell, taste, hear, and touch, then you're right. We're going to use all these senses to learn more about all the plants in the garden. So when I take a step back and look at the garden, the first thing I notice is a lot of green. Green is the color of a lot of leaves, and it's usually the first color we notice when we step into the garden. But I want to look closer to see what other colors are hidden here. These green leaves here are a type of vegetable called Swiss chard, which is kind of like lettuce or spinach. Between the leaf and the roots that grow into the ground is the part of the plant that's called the stem. On this piece of Swiss chard, what color do you see on the stem? I see red. On this piece of Swiss chard, what color do you see on the stem? I see yellow. Another plant I found with yellow in the garden are these peppers. Pepper plants grow long stems that eventually have pretty and tasty peppers hanging from them. This might be something you want to draw in your science journals. Try to draw exactly what you see here. The shape, the size, and the colors of the peppers and their stems. Over here, we have another pepper that's growing that's red, but it looks like some sort of pest got to it. Maybe a groundhog, a squirrel, or a raccoon. Does anybody recognize this pepper growing in the garden? If you said jalapenos, then you're right. There are a lot of jalapenos growing in the garden right now, which is pretty cool. Next to the peppers, I found this small green tomato. The time for growing tomatoes is almost over, and this is one of the last tomatoes left in the garden. You can eat tomatoes green, but people typically wait for them to ripen and turn red. These small green leaves are a type of herb called basil that people usually cook with. If you look closer, you'll notice another color besides green. What color do you see on the flowers? I see dark purple. Not only are there fruits and vegetables, but flowers growing in the garden as well. This flower is one of my favorites. It's called straw flower. Some of the buds are closing up as we approach winter, but some of them are still growing and looking beautiful. If I use my sense of touch, I can feel that the straw flower feels kind of dry like hay or straw. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of green in the garden. And this bed looks almost all green, but if you look a little closer, you'll find that there's something else growing here. These are called beets. They're big root vegetables that grow into the ground. So I'm going to harvest one of these beets so I can show you how it looks like. So I'm just going to pull from the bottom of the stems here. And you can see when I pull it out that the stems are actually really long. And the beet is kind of white with a little bit of purple. The last thing I want to show you is this plant with purple and green leaves that look really, really cool. If we look closer, you can see a tiny eggplant fruit that's not really going to get to its full size, but looks pretty cool. So that is a tour of your school garden here at the Henderson. As we keep going forward, we're going to look at different parts of the plants, like the petals of the flowers, the stems, and particularly the seeds. So we're going to look for seeds in the garden and all of the flowers, fruits, and vegetables, and see if we can sort them. So hopefully you can join me for that next time.